welcome back. 9:41. This morning we've got an important topic: how to survive a job layoff. Hopefully you won't need these tips that we're about to share with you, but just in case you do, Diane Gottsman, our etiquette expert, in this morning with us. Of course, we were talking about the first step, Diane. I mean, you got to be prepared. You got to think, unfortunately, that this could happen.
It could happen. We hope it's not,
Right.
but it's always better to have a plan B before we need the plan B. So be ready. And, you know, I was asking you off air, do you have a resume ready to go? I don't know how many of us actually have a current resume. And I think it's so important. You may never use it. We may never use it. I don't know. I may need it tomorrow. Who knows? But at least it's there and ready to roll in the event.
True. We all may need it tomorrow. And it's good to just kind of update that on a regular basis rather than having to remember later on and have to go back and add things.
And, you know, and you update your social media sites as well, you know, as you go. So if you have LinkedIn, make sure that's current. Make sure, and I just have to say this, make sure always that your social media posts are representative of you, because when you get laid off and you go for that next job, they're going to be looking at what you just posted. So,
so don't post about that previous employer. Okay, so unfortunately your employer tells you we are letting you go.
Yes.
What do you do first?
Okay, so you want to inquire about the benefits. You want to ask, you have to have the wherewithal to say, all right, what is the severance package? Am I going to get paid for my vacation, any sick leave? Are you offering career counseling? Will you help me with my resume?
Yes.
You know, you never know. Employers that are laying you off will actually be very accommodating oftentimes, because it's not you, it's just the situation.
Yes.
And there is a difference between being fired and being laid off.
Definitely. Okay, what else?
So what you want to do is get that recommendation before you leave, because before you walk out the door, you'd like to have it in hand so you don't have to go back and ask. You are ready, you are prepared, you know what you're going to get, and then you want to remain professional, because you know it's going to be difficult. It could be difficult, but you don't want to badmouth your employer. You don't want to badmouth your coworkers. Don't use it as the opportunity to just let them know everything you didn't like about the company. You know, stay neutral. And then it's so important to utilize those contacts. You know, and I say this because we have all of these great contacts that we never stay in touch with. And then all of a sudden we need them, and now we pop up. So the holidays are coming around. This is the time to send a little note, a little something, a little gift basket.
That's a good idea.
Something just to stay connected. And try and do this throughout the year. Just pick a client a month or pick an association a month. And don't forget families and friends, because those are great connections when you're going to start networking, when you're looking for that job, because they know people. And it's always better to know someone inside the office to help you, to give you that extra push.
True. And just like updating your resume on a consistent basis, keep in contact with those people that you know, with those contacts that you have on a regular basis.
On a regular basis.
So you're not struggling to
if you just
reach out to them.
Pop up 6 months from now and need something from them, that's very different. And, you know, consider part-time work.
Okay.
Because when you know, this is a perfect opportunity to think about, wow, is there something else I want to do? Or perhaps dabble in something you want to do. And then role play. When you go out to interview, you don't want to break down during the interview process. And you have to be ready to talk about perhaps why you were laid off and what happened. And, you know, again, talk positively, not negatively about your boss.
So find out the best way to say that when you're going to be asked in your next interview.
And stay on a schedule. Don't sleep late, stay up late, you know, eat popcorn for breakfast, beer for lunch. You know, you really want to maintain a healthy daily schedule while you were looking for a job. And then, of course, invest in yourself personally. And that might mean taking a class now while you still have a job, taking a class certainly once you're laid off, you know, getting some new skills. But, you know, there's something to be said about exercise and yoga. And, you know, we hear it all the time. It sounds cliche, but it really does alleviate stress.
It does help. And this could be your opportunity to spend a little bit of extra time on yourself that you didn't have before. And, hey, maybe in the long run, it could turn out to be a blessing in disguise. You could find a new interest or a new opportunity that lands in your lap.
That's right. You never know what's out there. And, you know, you are not ever going to succeed if you don't try. So there's a lot of value in defeats and misunderstandings and mistakes. And this is the time to get out there. If you are laid off, these are new opportunities for you.
Exactly. It's a difficult situation, but you can always learn something from it. Those are great tips for us today.